have the honor to introduce Dr. Lata Narayan. She is Chairperson and Professor in Center for Lifelong Learning in Tata Institute of Social Sciences. She has completed her MSW and PhD. She is the co-convener of EISS Field Action Project, Humanity United in M-Word, initiative with a vision of creating human rights service board. She is the board member of many NGOs. Her areas of interest are issues related to youth, issues related to child rights, social work education, social work practices, peace and human rights. She is teaching work with groups, integrated social work practices, field instruction in social work education. She has done researches in many areas like integrated child development services scheme, communal riots, education, mobilizing youth for development work, social work education, motivation of students of social work. Now I would like to request our director Dr. S.K. Banerjee to felicitate Dr. Lata Narayan. Thank you.
Please see, I'm Lata Narayan from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. I'm a faculty just like Prof. With several years of experience. Maybe one little difference is I teach more of master's students, and I believe many of you are undergraduate. Yes? Okay. I have one or two questions. One is, how many of you have classes less than 30? Less than 30? Anybody? Any of you, on an average, okay, any of you have classes between 30 and 60 students? Okay. And more than 60? At least, around that kind. If you have, there's 60. Okay. One more question. How many of you teach the art stream? Art subjects? How many of you teach science subjects, science stream, commerce? Broadly touched or mentioned some of the techniques, and since it's 2 hours, I will only be able to maybe touch on many of them, not really go into the experiential mode, but we do our best. Okay? Now, before we go, what is the age of our students approximately? 20, 17 to 20. Okay, fine. Now, before I go ahead, I'm going to just make you all get up. And there is a point that you have to say that. Okay? stretch, okay, yawn, bas, so that you get your learner back to you. Okay? That's the first thing. That first objective is that we need to have our learners, I'm calling them learners, okay, with us. They have to sort of feel happy when they see us, and they should be taken away from whatever else they do. And very often students are coming from one class to another, completely different subject, you know. And then even for us sometimes it's difficult, no? You go from one subject to another completely. Like say in our college we have institute, we have research methodology. Soon after that we have Indian social problems. Then we have to shift from that learning gear of research methodology to social problems. So to break that, sometimes an energizer is necessary. Now even if it is a very large group, we can do it fast. Initially, they will create chaos. If it's a new thing, students get excited. Okay? Anybody gets excited and then they'll be in that mood for some longer time. But once they know the purpose and all that, then they are very much with us. Even in the middle of a long class, sometimes when I know I give a lot of information, I say, bas ho gaya na, दिमाग में, so let's just do a jump or a stretch or something and then come back. Okay. So why the purpose, what is the purpose of us being teachers? What is the purpose ultimately? Why are we there? You don't know, I'm sure you know, but now you are looking for the right answer to give me. Correct? Forget the right answer. Just start from your heart. Why do you think you are there? To impart knowledge. अभी knowledge की बात हुई. Today our students don't need knowledge from us. Why am I saying this? It is there on internet. It is there in all the media. They can immediately download assignments. Knowledge की बात हुई. It is there. Okay? And frankly, if it was only knowledge, they are not required. Practicals, yes, I mean physics, this, that. But so then what is our goal? It is not giving knowledge. I mean, knowledge is part of it, definitely. But the whole objective is not only to give knowledge. Values, how do you give values in our class? Yeah, but do you have time to do in your subject syllabus? तो क्लास में क्या करेंगे? Punctuality, okay, you can set norms. Like if students are late 10 minutes, I have a norm, 10 minutes, then you can take me to class. Because whatever the norm is, it should apply both sides. It cannot be that we walk in any time and students have to come on time. Okay, one can teach norms of respecting, but is that the major reason why you are here?
Stimulate their thoughts to really understand the student what needs, like the importance of life.
Okay, but then that we can go for career counseling and so many things. Why do we have to teach in history, geography, physics, science, accounts? Simplified concepts with a lot of examples. How do we know what is simple for them and what is not simple for them? How do we know? No, but they may have already understood. तो बाद में examples देने की क्या जरूरत है? One aspect, please give information. Or let me put it this way, helping them, stimulating them to understand certain kinds of information. Okay? That we can do in every class. We can stimulate their thinking. Yes, you think so? We cannot assume that they know or they don't know very often. Okay? We do know if it's a new subject कि उनको पता नहीं, that we know. But the major objective is to stimulate their thinking. And why I am saying this is because we are dealing with learners who are new, okay, and who have had at least 18 years of life already, experience there. They know many things of the world better than us. Okay? Unless we are also very, very young and we are part of that age group. Many of us, it's a different world they understand. Okay? And there is a difference between dealing with adult learners, what we call adult learners, or the Kasara learners, and our youth today are adult learners, and teaching children. Okay, children up to 5th standard, 6th standard, 4th standard. What do you think is the difference? And I've already said कि उनका 18 साल 20 साल हो गया जिंदगी का. Okay, और जो बच्ची है, बच्चा है, he has say 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of life experience. इसमें फर्क क्या होता है? What is the difference? The adult learner is conditioned. I shall look for different things.
Good example. Because your high level exam
Higher level example of what?
explaining the actual topic.
Okay, if you're teaching sun, you're teaching, it will be one for sun and you see here east and west. But if you're teaching sun to 11th standard, 12th standard graduate, then definitely you go into all the skills and day and all. Listen, personality is already better.
Methods may understand their practice compared to the student of life.
Okay, difference is children, we are teaching them for the future. No child wants to go to school. कुछ मिलेगा इसको एक गेम लो वो खेलेगा. I don't know unless they have made friends. But most children don't like going to school. We all waited for vacation. So, but they are told कि बड़ा होकर this will be useful for you. If you know maths today, it will help you tomorrow. Okay, this is what you have to do. Finish. You have no choice. You have to go to school. You have to pass. Okay, you have to go to tuitions. नहीं तो आगे की जिंदगी बर्बाद हो जाए. Okay, and children will listen because they have no choice. The adults are moving large. Okay, it will change. It's already changing. The world is changing. Children are asking questions. When we come to youth, first of all, we know characteristics of youth. हम लोग सब youth बने हैं ना? We have all been a little rebellious, मस्ती किया है. Yeah? It's a stage where adults are humble. Okay? It's a stage where they are looking and realizing my parents, my teachers are human beings. God नहीं है. तब तक तो जो बड़े लोग हैं, they are my God and I have to listen to them. As they grow up, they see the world, they understand and they realize that हमने भी दोष है. Teachers are also at fault. Parents also are human beings. Correct? Then comes the rebellion and testing out. Is that teacher really good or not? There's a lot of testing out which happens. Okay? That's the time when they take the risk of not attending classes, boring है, अंदर बैठ के क्या करेगा? ट्यूशन में तो होता ही है रिलेशन, क्लास में क्यों बैठना? All these things come up. It becomes more important कि कैंटीन में बैठना. Okay? And what is the dress you're wearing? Who are your friends? Is it head? Okay, what is head? What is the relation? All that is part of adolescence and youth. So this is the group we are dealing with. Okay? A very energized, very idealistic, if you get them on your side. And I'm sure many of you get them on your side. Okay, the fact that you're here and you're interested, and age has nothing to do with it. Age has really nothing to do with it. Okay, I'm a senior citizen and I think and fine with my students. Okay? Still youngsters do come to me for certain kind of issues. So, what then, who are we kind of teaching and how do we win them over? Okay, win them over meaning our objective is to stimulate their minds. Okay, role play learning is boring. Okay, you have to learn very, very important key people in society. Our name is being tarnished by many teachers, talent, not teachers, I'm talking generally. Teachers are not necessarily held in high position, except when students say this teacher is good or that teacher is good, or if you are known for your writing and things like that. Okay? So, we have to introspect on how do we change our way of communicating and sort of relating to students. Now, I know I'm saying this methods you use, how do you use them? Okay, so if some of you are doing it great, give your examples. Okay, that's the only way we all will learn. And if I'm sounding a little preachy, I don't mean to be that. I'm just saying that because I really don't know what methods you use around. And I also know it's very difficult when you are 100 students to really do a lot of participation. Those challenges are there. What is society? What is respect? Who is popular? All that they know. You don't have to teach them. So one of the things is adults must want to learn. They cannot be forced to learn. Yes, if your student wants to do medical or something and they are so focused on it, then they will work very hard. But even their wanting to learn is with a purpose. And I don't know about you, but are most of your students focused for learning or what they want to do in life? Are they focused? Yeah, but do they know what they want to be in life? No, many of them are confused or punished because there are so many choices. Second is कि आज के ज़माने में even in PISS we have social work, this, that. We find that today's students are realizing that you need multiple skills. Doctors are coming for social work. And so many engineers come to do development. Okay? Doctors go for HR. So it's just not enough to be a pure professional today in that sense. Of course, initially they will be learning that, but they have this opportunity today to learn multiple skills. Okay? And students ये करो कि मैं वो करूँ, media करे या something else, even if they are doing commerce, okay, or if they are doing arts. Arts actually has a lot of scope today. There are so many avenues for students doing commerce. So adults must want to learn. So that is our first objective, creating an environment where the students want to learn. They feel like coming to class. And they feel a need to learn. See, you are just sitting here, right? Now ultimately whether you will take anything from me, how much you take is up to you. Right? Something I might say and they say, ये तो this नहीं होता है, हमारी कॉलेज में नहीं होता. You provide it, correct? That kind of information, which is fair enough. Because you already have so much of experience in that college, or hopefully most of you will say, let me try change. Then adults move to learning that can be immediately applied. This is very, very important. I do not know how many of you think, अभी हिस्ट्री पढ़ने का बहुत मन करता है. At the time I studying this, so even if in sociology, if it is pure sociology, I know teachers in different colleges who make it completely applied. Their assignments are based on street children, rag pickers, okay, when they are doing society. It is not just classical sociology. All their assignments are applied to real life. Okay, you can think even in terms of chemistry, nuclear plants are happening in Kerala. There's so much of debate on that. So can one give an assignment on study भी होता है. Okay? So today in life there are many applications to whatever we learn, but students need to remember faster. Think of what you remember. One thing you remember in your school or college. Most. What do you remember? Anybody? The most positive thing about your college. Come back. What did you learn by participating?
And there was provisions in teams while teams work, then we had to speak, so even public speaking, creative skills, or even had other things like maybe a little bit of dancing or something like that.
Okay, so she is giving extracurricular, but let us see whether we can do it in class also. So what we do is always remember best.
Debate and movement. Debate students.
Any of you have taught your colleague or learned with friends? Very often I have heard this. The adults look and all are to listen to me. What happens when we sit like this? Exchange of knowledge is what I am saying, that you also have knowledge. Right? I respect your experience. Similarly with students, the minute it's like this, there is a message conveyed that we all are resource persons. Your experience is as important as mine. So wherever possible, it is possible. Now, how many of you are here 19 now? How many are 60? Okay. You are principals here, vice principals here. Okay, now you have greater responsibility. You are listening to me, so you have authority and power also. So you can try and change. The first resistance will come from the teachers. Okay, but that you have to kind of work for. Another way we try to do is make them sit in many half circles. Okay, ऐसे छोटे-छोटे 8 in a group, 8 in a group, like that. Okay? So I'll tell you how that also becomes very useful. So best in a informal atmosphere, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have norms. It doesn't mean people can come anytime, go out anytime, everything. But it should give more scope for learning and being free to express. That is the main. It is a very, you are known as strict teachers and asking you very frankly. You are known as strict. Few. I am known as a strict teacher. What do they know after? But
I would suggest one corollary to it.
yeah.
You are told that when in school level the students are taking the schools 100%. I would say the general.
No, not in this, but some of them yes, especially when they're coming from small towns.
Yeah.
Certain
No, let me tell you. Universal, especially commerce colleges and where we are teaching, let me tell you, bringing the students to a class, the most difficult thing.
So now when I'm talking and telling you do it, how are you feeling?
You come on of our own.
No, but how are you feeling? Obviously
Yes,
you're feeling that ये जो बोल रही है वो practical नहीं है.
Yes.
So that's not a good feeling.
You say, but we have got to learn.
Yeah, okay. So,
Most of the time, one-to-one we say, but in the group we say something like.
Coaching classes.
Yeah.
Coaching classes mushroom.
Yeah.
So I would not say they don't go to coaching. They get coaching, but from somewhere outside, for which they pay huge amount also. And this is not in our college only. I'll talk about my CA Institute also. If CA Institute starts something, getting students is difficult. If you say the same thing to the professional classes, it's great.
Yeah, we need to do a little bit of introspect, have a choice here. But many of the issues are simple. Okay, so learning as an emotional experience. If the learning experience is good, satisfactory, maza aaya. Students do come. Okay, maza aaya can also be the content itna was taught so well. It can be a good lecture also, I am not denying it. But the feeling is very, very important because it's only from our feelings that we change. It's not because of knowledge that we change. It's because how do we feel about that knowledge, how do we feel about the experience that we are willing to change. Many of us have changed because students and our teachers have motivated us, no? Yes? Yeah? I remember I used to hate certain teachers, and even if that teacher did a good job, I would not care for it. But I had some teachers who I loved, even if the teacher was not so good, but the way she behaved and she sort of treated us and gave us time, and I was willing to do anything for us. Stay after class, yes ma'am, stay. Come on Sunday, yes ma'am, come. Okay, so it's emotions. And we have that power to change students. I always feel that we have such a big responsibility. Everybody is saying youth is going early, youth is going there, go. But after parents, most of their time is spent in college. We have this very big responsibility. And I think we should use it. Don't look at ourselves as a burden or a job which is like that. Just take it as a highly responsible, privileged job which we are having. Sorry for that. Violence teaching methods you are aware of, and which of these can you use? Are you practically able to use? Right, whatever you feel. Okay, blackboard. Cooperative learning techniques. Cooperative learning techniques.
IT NMI teaching, sending questions on mail, getting record on mail. Online
blended learning, what is that? Anyway, you can explain. Blended learning. Task learning, brainstorming, journey method, journey method, This is okay, we add on, let's see. Case study. What is case study? Case study. Okay, who said case study? Yeah, can you explain what is case study?
Below that case, certain questions. For example, if I want to teach the management principle, I will start with the Drucker's 14 principles of management. I will give one case, and based on that, I will try to find out what are the management principles which are applicable, missing, or impact of that, like that.
Okay. So at time, if it's a long case study, the student, it's better to ask the students to read and count. Okay? And then the questions are asked. Now, when we use methods which involve students' work,